Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation. The topic we're going to discuss today are the 3 secrets marriage experts don't tell you. Hi, during this special holiday season, go down to the bottom for the special link for a highly discounted, only during this time of year, price for the online course for men and the online course for women. Welcome back. I'm Paul Friedman, and the topic is 3 secrets marriage experts don't tell you. Now, I'm sharing this with you because what I want to do via this video is give you a different context of what you're going through in your marriage. And most people who end up in marriage counseling and couples counseling go through the first session or two basically just divulging information that the experts really don't need. And they do that as a way, and they'll tell you, if you ask them, they do it as a way of getting to know you. Because what's really important to them is that they have a relationship with you. But remember, you're not going for marriage help to develop a relationship with somebody else. You're going because you want to reignite the flame in the relationship that you have with your wife or with your husband. And so if you look at this logically, what difference does it make what your past was like? What difference does it make if you had male siblings or female siblings, if you come from a broken home? And most people these days actually have come from a single parent home. What difference does it make? It really doesn't make any difference. And the world hasn't caught up to this truth. But the truth is, you're not happy in your marriage. And that's why you're seeking marriage help. And so you don't need to really share your background. And the marriage expert knows that. But again, they want to develop a relationship with you. They may have something to talk about. They may be able to bounce something off and say something, that impresses you. Like, well, you don't like women because you had sisters and they were picking on you when you were a kid. Something dumb like that. Because that's not what it's about. The reason why you got married in the first place is because you found your soulmate and you knew intuitively, male or female, knew intuitively. If you're the wife, you knew more so intuitively that by being married to this person, what you could have is a happiness and love till the end of your life with someone who you are connected with deeply and lovingly. And this is what you still want now. And it's not working out. Why? It's not working out primarily because you don't understand marriage. And what happens is people get married and they take the next step as if it's a ride at a theme park. They just expect my marriage is going to be as happy as the dating was or the courting. And the truth is, for most people, the fighting begins soon after the dating or during the dating or during the courting. I would say, based on the conversations I've had with people through the years, that the fighting really begins for most people almost immediately. And yet there's a part of us that says, yeah, but this isn't what my marriage is going to be like. But it is, because you don't know how to be married. And so in the course that we have online, in the 2 books that I have 2 books. One is Breaking the Cycle, and one is Lessons for a Happy Marriage. I explain thoroughly what the realities of marriage are and the amount of aha moments you'll have when you read the books or you take the course. Now, the course is very different than the books because The books sort of lay marriage out, but the course is all about how to pull yourself out of the deep suffering that you have found yourself in. But I don't want to get off track. Let's go to number 2. Number 2, and this is important, there is no bad guy. And what do I mean by that? Obviously, I'm not just talking about the men. In your marriage, it's very easy for things to get so bad that you're blaming your wife or you're blaming your husband for everything that's wrong. Why is this normal? This is normal because in each one of us, there is this rascal called the drive to survive, self-preservation. We learned about this when we were in middle school, that the innate attribute of every living thing is this self-preservation thing. And so I didn't do it. She did it. I didn't do it. He did it. And what happens is all of our focus goes on the problem du jour. What's happening at the moment? Well, what you don't realize when you're going through that is that your mind is working against you and it's blocking all the positives of your spouse. Now, when I worked with people, I used to be a divorce mediator until 2001, when a couple asked me to help them save their marriage. And not being a psychologist, I was on the legal side of things by helping couples figure out who gets the children when, and more importantly, as it turned out, how do we distribute the assets fairly? And I had a big old whiteboard in my office that I used to help couples see things more clearly. And when I started to work with couples to save their marriage, which I did after this one couple asked me to help them, and I did a deep dive into marriage, learned some amazing truths, and gave up this lucrative profession. I made a lot more money divorcing people. But I realized, wow, all these people who I helped get a divorce didn't need one. So I had this big old whiteboard, and a couple would sit down at a desk. We didn't do the how does that make you feel routine. And I'd say, okay, I take my magic marker or whiteboard, dry erase, and I put 7 or 8 black dots on the board. And sometimes I'd be creative and I'd put blue dots or red dots. And I go, what do you see? Over the course of 8 years, as I was developing, you might call it the science of marriage, not one person said, well, I see a whiteboard and there's some dots on it. Every person said, I see 7 or 8 black or blue or red dots. So in other words, here you have this whole field of purity. But the mind always focuses in on what's wrong. Here's the truth. The truth is neither of you are bad. You're both good people. Now, what I also discovered is that just one of you can completely heal your marriage from almost anything. And when I say almost anything, I'm talking about affairs, I'm talking about struggles with in-laws, I'm talking about struggles with finances, all sorts of things. There's a few things I can't help people with, like if one of you is a pedophile, and yes, I've seen women pedophiles too, I can't help. There's some diseases of the mind I can't help with. But for the most part, we can help you with anything at the Marriage Foundation, so that neither of you are bad. And try and pull yourself back just enough to remember, I married my soulmate. Okay, let's go to number 3. Number 3 is they won't tell you that what they really want is for you to compromise, to settle. Why? Because they don't have the consciousness, the knowledge to help you achieve an amazing marriage, which is ironic. So think of it this way. Let's say you had a car and the car wasn't working well. You wouldn't go into a shop and be happy with, well, I got a lot of it fixed, but I can't get it all fixed. You want that car to run perfectly. It's designed to get you from point A to point B in comfort with a good sound system and all of the good stuff. Well, your marriage is designed. Marriages don't just happen. It's a design. It's a design by God. And He wants us to feel joy like we can only feel with that experience of love. So He wants us in our marriage to learn how to love unconditionally. And at the same time, He wants us to grow up. He wants us to learn how to behave. That doesn't mean that we have to know our P's and Q's, not that kind of behavior. He wants us to come from a place of love with all of our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. That's learning to behave. So how do we achieve that? Well, we don't achieve that by being satisfied with a half-crap marriage or one that is something we have to endure. We achieve that by learning how to be married, learning all of the details of marriage that we can and put them into practice the right way. And when we have that, and when we're doing that, then your marriage will deliver as promised. And what is the promise? Don't you remember? Incredible happiness, incredible love, incredible harmony. So that's what you want from your marriage. You deserve it. You can achieve it. Never settle. So there's a lot of videos that we've produced over the years. And if you subscribe, like the video, share it, you could stay up to date with these videos. They're coming out all the time. And we already have over 100,000 subscribers. I hope you join up too. God bless you. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And we've been doing this for a long time, over a quarter century. Take care.